If you build things online, you know the stack can get messy fast. Docs in one place, project tracking somewhere else, AI tools scattered everywhere. That's why I've been spending more time in Notion lately. It's become the one workspace where I can actually organize ideas, collaborate with people, and now build on top of it too. Notion just launched their new developer platform, and it opens up a ton of possibilities for builders, startups, and teams. You can create integrations, connect workflows, build AI-powered experiences, and customize Notion in ways that fit how you actually work. What I like is that it doesn't feel overly technical or locked behind enterprise complexity. I was recently experimenting with automating some recurring workflow tasks, and it was surprisingly easy to get something functional up and running without rebuilding my entire system from scratch. That's the sweet spot. Whether you're building internal tools, AI agents, automations, or entirely new products, the Notion Developer Platform gives you a flexible foundation to work from. Learn more about Notion's developer platform today at notion.com/amp. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/amp, A-M-P, to try Notion's developer platform today. Notion.com/amp.
Live Laugh Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live.
Laugh.
Larceny. Welcome to Live Laugh Larceny. Blood is thicker than water and less hydrating. This is Trevin.
And I'm Amanda. Trevin,
Yup.
what's your dreadful dilemma?
My dreadful dilemma is that I went to the movies recently, and I didn't have a bad movie experience. Love the movies, always will. I'll never say anything bad about the movies. But I gotta say, I once had a dilemma about why do movie trailers have trailers before the trailers? Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Like if you watch a trailer on YouTube or you see it on TV sometimes, it's like the trailer for Spider-Man 12 starting in 2 seconds. Here's the trailer. And it's just like, why do you do that?
Yeah.
So I've got a very similar complaint, but almost to a larger scale.
Oh, whoa.
You've been taking Lila to see movies recently.
Yes.
My complaint now is, why do movie theaters have to have movie trailers for their theater when I'm already their customer?
Oh, I see. Where they're kind of like, AMC Theater, we've got popcorn, we've got showtime, we've even got a little restaurant, like that?
Yeah, stuff like that, which I get to a certain point, they're trying to sell their amenities, like the special things they do. But sometimes it's just like, Nicole Kidman, we do movies better here. I get it. I love you, Nicole. See you later. And then the next time it's two couples who are like going through different off-brand versions of movies I've seen before. And it's like, okay, couple, go off on your movie adventure. Now I know that you're both having a good time at AMC. And then another one comes up and it's like, now our sound is more soundier than sound.
That is so damn true.
And I'm like, guys, you already earned my heart. You already earned my love. I'm here.
I am here. I bought a ticket. I don't need to be like, this screen is one of the biggest in the state. Yeah, like they'll talk about the popcorn, the sounds, the feels, the Nicole Kidmans.
It's like, have you ever dated one of those people that was very self-conscious and so they had to keep demonstrating that they had value to you all the time? And it's just like, oh, you think that's good? Have I shown you that I can also do that? Oh, did I show you I could do this too? Chill, dude.
It's like a toddler trying to gain your attention. And it's like, I already birthed you. I'm already staring at you. I'm already applauding you. I don't need you to do another cartwheel and break your neck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that.
You already got me, okay? So that's how that made me feel. I mean, I had a great experience.
What movie did you see?
Recently, I saw two. I saw Longlegs, and I also saw the third Quiet Place movie.
Oh, shit. Okay. Did you like them?
I liked them both. There were some things about both that kind of annoyed me, but all in all, very good time still.
I don't think I've heard of Long Legs.
Longlegs is a horror movie that is kind of like a detective thriller, and it's got Nicolas Cage as the bad guy.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Trevin, I also have a dreadful dilemma this week. And before we recorded, I was telling you just how much I loved my lake trip with my family that I just went on.
Which, how could it be dreadful? It sounded beautiful.
I know, right? And I'm going to kind of tell the listeners a little bit about it. It was at Beaver Lake, just over the border of Missouri into Arkansas. I had never been there. I was explaining to Trevin the difference between the lakes and bodies of water here that are mud-based and kind of cloudy and dark water.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little terrified the whole entire time you're in there. This lake was pebble-bottomed. It was crystal clear. You could see the fishes. There were even gigantic rocks, and you could feel like you were the little mermaid as the bubbling brook just like splashed up to you.
Were they good where people do the skipping stones? It sounds like a skipping stone story.
Yeah, well, that would be Jordan's dreadful dilemma because he tried his darndest to skip a stone on that beautiful ass lake, and he failed each and every time.
Damn.
It was really sad to watch, but not my dreadful dilemma. That was actually quite entertaining. But I had a great time with my family, my babies. We all were just in the water. And what did I tell you earlier? How did I describe it? The nature like rejuvenated my soul?
Yeah, you just said it like made you anew or something. Yeah.
Yes. For me, I have such a high fear of mosquitoes, and I did not get one single mosquito bite on the whole trip.
So this was heaven for you.
Heaven on earth. I could see through the water, so I wasn't scared. There was a shallow entrance for my babies. We all had like 500 floaties on us, and it was just genuinely like rejuvenated my soul back into nature again. I feel like I don't get outside enough at all, and this was really, really good for me.
You found bliss in Beaver Lake.
I did. So now to the dreadful part. I had a great time with my family. The house that we were staying in was an Airbnb, and it was amazing. Plenty of room for all of us. However, on the last night of our trip, we were about to eat dinner. My husband was taking a shower, and he came upstairs with a Gatorade bottle, and he's like, guys, look what I just spent an hour trying to trap downstairs in the bathroom. He brings it over. There was a fucking scorpion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say snake.
No.
Ew.
A scorpion in our bathroom. So my family, my babies, me and my husband, we had the whole basement. It was in the basement bathroom. My kiddo was sleeping so close to that bathroom. I didn't even look at my notes at all, but I did want to tell you guys what kind it was. Apparently, there's only one type of species of scorpion that's native to Arkansas. So we looked that one up, and we looked at him, and we looked at the picture, and we determined that it was a striped bark scorpion. And luckily for us, they said most of the time it will not cause death if you get stung by these guys.
Oh, good. Just like amputation or something.
Yeah, maybe you could get somewhat paralyzed or go into anaphylactic shock or heavy breathing, palpitating, sweating, throwing up.
So rest assured.
Yeah, so rest assured. This was my first time ever in my entire life seeing a live scorpion.
Yeah, I don't know if I have outside of the zoo.
I guess I've seen them like trapped or like for some reason growing up, we had a dead scorpion in a case as kids. We had one. So I've seen them, but like this was a moving scorpion in my residence. And that was terrifying.
So what did Jordan do with it?
We kept it in the Gatorade bottle for a while. My sister-in-law was really fascinated by it. She took lots of pictures of it, so I can definitely post it online for you all to see. When I took the kids to bed, my brother and his wife set it free far away from our house outside. But it was a time.
Well, that sounds like a real dilemma. I would have also been in the shrieking crowd with that one too.
Hell yes. So today we are going to be doing a round of 2 truths and 1 lie.
I've got 3 wires. Which one do I cut?
I'll give you 2 truths and a lie.
But wait, we don't have time for this.
We do our playing game. Here go. And I'm doing it first.
Yes, you are.
So it's been heating up around here.
Yes, it has.
'Tis the summer, and it will still be the summer when this episode comes out. And I've just been wanting to enjoy time on the patio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chill back, have a gummy,
Yeah.
sip a summertime drink. So I figured maybe we should do 2 truths and a lie about everyone's favorite summertime drink, margaritas.
Oh, ay.
So here we go. Statement number 1. The first frozen margarita machine is on display at the Smithsonian. Statement number 2. There is a skin reaction nicknamed Margarita dermatitis, commonly caused by making the drink. Or statement number 3. Jim Henson came up with the colorful designs of the Sesame Street characters at a Mexican restaurant while on a, quote, margarita stupor.
Oh, man, I don't know why, but I'm going to go with A is the lie.
And you are incorrect.
Damn, was it B?
It was actually 3.
Oh, shit. Number 3, okay.
So the lie was that...
God damn it, I was saying A, B, and C, and you were saying 1, 2, and 3.
I gotcha, don't worry. The third option was the lie. Jim Henson did not come up with Sesame Street on a margarita stupor. That was actually the guy who created Doug.
Oh.
So you know how a lot of the people in Doug have a bunch of colorful skin colors?
Yes. Skeeter is blue, and what's her name? Patty Mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
She's like
Orange.
orangish, like a bun, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
like a hamburger bun color.
So here's a little quote I have from his Wikipedia. In 1984, Jenkins' career took a turn for the worse, as well as his personal life. He had a rough breakup and suffered injuries in a biking accident. During this time, he gained a new outlook on life, desiring to, quote, create a place where there was no overdue rent and no delinquent phone bills. He began doodling and formed the basis for Bluffington, the central location in Doug. The character's early designs were solidified alongside friend David Campbell at a small Mexican restaurant in New York. He later credited the character's odd coloring choices from being in a margarita stupor.
Holy shit, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Doug a lot growing up?
Oh, I love Doug. Honestly, sometimes I think about this show as like my personal Doug because he goes into his head and has like the Indiana Jones moments and then he has the superhero Quail Man moments. I feel like sometimes these stories are just like my Doug stories in my head.
That's a really good point.
We do parody stuff just like Doug does parody stuff. So I like this guy's energy. Even though I know he was going through a dark time, he still made a weird children's show out of it. That's cool.
I loved the hell out of Doug. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was his imagination and stuff that really got me. I also liked the music.
They said there was a real cynical nature to his writing for it. So maybe I should watch it again and give it a chance. Like hear it as an adult because I'm kind of a cynical writer. So
yeah. And now that I'm actually thinking about it, Doug in general was kind of not the happiest guy.
No, he was kind of a sad kid.
Yeah, he seemed kind of sad, kind of awkward, kind of self-conscious, kind of in his own head a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would be good to watch that as an adult.
Yeah, I wonder who has it. So for the truths, the first frozen margarita machine is at the Smithsonian.
God damn.
This is from Wikipedia as well. The inventor was Mariano Martinez. In Dallas, Texas in 1971, he adapted a Slurpee machine to making margaritas and dubbed it, quote, the world's first frozen margarita machine.
Wow. So it wasn't even like invented for that. It was just a slushy maker. They'd poured some alcohol in as well.
Yep. And then he gets credited for, I don't know what all he had to change to do that, if it really was literally just adding alcohol to it or if he did more to it. I mean, it says he was an inventor, but the machine is now in the National Museum of American History, part of the Smithsonian Institute.
That seems so silly to me. I'm not going to lie, but it's fun. Margaritas are fun.
Yeah. Unless you get margarita dermatitis.
Apparently.
So coming from health.clevelandclinic.org, the science behind margarita burns. Next time you're sipping margaritas on the patio, be careful when squeezing that fresh lime into your drink. The parts of your skin that have been exposed to both the fruit and sun may be vulnerable to a margarita burn. Medically speaking, a margarita burn is known as phytophotodermatitis, and it's a form of extreme sunburn. What does this mouthful term mean? Phyto means plant, photo means light or sun, and dermatitis means skin rash. So phytophotodermatitis is the skin's exaggerated response to the sun, resulting in light to severe blistering that may look like sun poisoning or rash.
Okay.
It is usually from citrus fruits that contain furocumarins, which is an organic compound that just does not mix well with our skin and the sun. They also get it from celery and carrots, buttercups, fennel, hogweed. I don't know how often you sit back and have hogweed, but...
It's regularly on the menu at my home.
Yeah, you can get these. I've never heard of that. I regularly squeeze limes on patios and had no idea.
Yeah, dude, me too, always. So I know they're saying it's margarita, but are we just saying if you didn't have any alcohol or a margarita at all and you had a juice with lime in it, is it the same exact thing?
Yes,
Okay.
It's only called the margarita dermatitis because a lot of people are on their back patios like blending them up for summer things. And it's the most common with people. It's like, well, I was outside having
some margaritas. They're like, fuck that margarita.
Yeah, so it got the name just because that was the common cause mostly.
Damn. So even if you're out there squeezing a lime into your Corona out there at a hot baseball game or anything like that at all, you just put on that freaking sunscreen.
Try not to get that lime on your hands.
Good Lord. It's my turn now then. And I had a really fun time with this one. Today, I'm going to give you 2 truths and a lie about vandalism done to the iconic Hollywood sign in the Hollywood Hills of LA, California. Before I do that, I got all of this information just from the Wikipedia page about the Hollywood sign. It was actually extremely informative. I wanted to give a brief little backstory about the sign. It was built in 1923 as a temporary advertisement for a local real estate development area. Did you know that?
I did not. I actually don't know much about the sign, but I've always been kind of curious about it.
Yeah, it originally didn't just say Hollywood, it said Hollywood Land. And it was a development that they were building homes in that area. And it was just going to be a temporary, like, you can see it really good on this hill, and come over here and buy a house. But because it became well known and a landmark for the area, they ended up removing the land at the end and it just remained saying Hollywood. The sign was repaired in 1949. It was completely rebuilt in 1978. It was repainted in 2005 and again repainted in 2023.
Oh.
Cool, huh?
Spruced her up a bit.
She's nice and shiny right now. Trevin, are you ready? Which of the following words was the Hollywood sign not altered to? So there's been a few vandalisms where people have changed the word to something else. So which of these is the lie? Is it A, Holly boob, B, Holly weed, or C, Holly poop?
This is fun. Okay, so I know it's not Hollyweed because I was going to say that one as an example. I was going to be like, oh yeah, like Hollyweed.
Exactly. So you're torn between Holly boob or Holly poop.
I'll go with Holly poop.
Is the lie?
As the lie.
You are right.
Oh, yes.
Good job, Trevin. So that one I totally made up. No one has done Holly poop yet, but if it is ever done, can I just claim it here and now that that person was inspired by me?
Yes, you can go down as an accomplice when they get arrested.
Thank you. I'll take it. So A and B were correct. A little bit about the Holly boob alteration. This happened on February 1st of 2021.
Whoa, that's recent.
Very recent. The sign was altered by the YouTuber Juge Squad and Instagram influencer Julia Rose to challenge censorship on Instagram. Because, a lot of people have been like, why can't I put my nipple on Instagram anymore? It was kind of about that.
So the word Holly boob is anything close to putting a nipple on a screen?
I guess. It was their way to do it.
I mean, I'm all go through the nipple. I don't see how that fights the war very well.
And then Hollyweed, which that was one that I knew. I remember it being done. And it's funny because it was actually changed to Hollyweed multiple times, not just once. The first time was in January of 1976. by Daniel Finegood. It was following the passage of state law decriminalizing cannabis. The sign was altered again early on New Year's Day in 2017, likely as an homage to new California law legalizing recreational cannabis. So it was actually changed to Hollyweed twice.
That is so fun. It just made me think of Kevin Smith had a TV show that he tried to launch for like Showtime called Hollyweed.
Oh.
But it didn't really take.
That's quite the bummer. He really should have somehow latched on to that big demonstration somehow and made it a thing, because that's a really funny name.
Yeah, it is a fun name.
But you know what else is fun?
Hollyweed.
And these ads.
Plan B is a backup birth control option that's there for you when things don't go according to plan. It specifically works after unprotected sex and before pregnancy occurs by temporarily delaying ovulation. Plan B is available nationwide at all major retailers and through delivery apps like DoorDash. No ID, prescription, or age requirement. It's the #1 OBGYN recommended brand of emergency contraception, and it won't impact your future fertility. That's freedom to be. Use as directed.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks.
That is fire. Whoa, that's good.
This might be the drink of the summer.
Okay, I like this one too. I'm rocking with it. Okay.
Try it for yourself. Starbucks Refreshers concentrates are coming home. Find them in the coffee aisle and make it yours.
And welcome back to the show.
Hi.
We already said this. It's my week to go first. And I've got a story that was actually requested by a few people.
Oh.
This was one that recently popped up in the news, went very viral. So I can't really thank everybody that told me to cover it, but we had multiple people come in. And I'm so glad that you did not come across it, because I think you would have leapt at the opportunity.
Oh, hell. Well, now I'm jealous. Did it come through our socials or email or both?
Socials, I think, only.
Okay.
I've seen some other people just sharing it as a meme too.
Oh, yes.
So that's another place where I'm like, oh no, what if you see it? If you know what I'm talking about, listeners already, we're in for a treat. And I can't wait to hear what you think of this story too.
Oh my God.
So news, viral, and recent. Here we go. To be human is to navigate a vast array of experiences. Trials and tribulations, moments of great success, pain, and everything in between. Whether the situation was unpleasant or ultimately rewarding, it's hard not to feel that its completion deserves a little treat. It just makes things better. In today's world, we've embraced a culture where even the smallest achievements warrant a celebration. Survived a Monday? Treat yourself to a Jack Daniel's cold brew. Finally finished that inconvenient task you've been putting off? Maybe let the kids make their own dinner tonight.
Dinner is served.
We crave praise and validation so much that we've turned every minor milestone into a reason for a prize. But this raises a crucial question. If a punishment can't match a crime, should we be celebrating achievements that don't match the accomplishment? Are we diluting the importance of our significant milestones by celebrating every minor victory with the same enthusiasm? It's one thing to reward yourself for getting a new job, but is it really necessary to have cake for dinner just for getting out of bed before noon?
I need this.
Our accomplishments start to feel less important when everything deserves a treat. Yet there's an even more frightening prospect: the excessive celebration. We've seen our fair share on this show, from a gender reveal kicked off with a gigantic explosion, to a young woman's birthday commemorated with exposed breasts, and celebratory shots fired from a moving vehicle. It's fair to say that the lines between reasonable observance and unhinged absurdity often get blurred here. So today, as we dive into the world of over-the-top ceremonies and misplaced rewards, ask yourself, what happens when a celebration far outweighs the accomplishment? And when does a little treat become a big mistake?
And the award for Most Masculine Man of the Month, the person who has exuded the least amount of emotion and greatest amount of strength, goes to, drumroll please, Joe Boyett! Congratulations, Joe! You get your name framed on the wall for the next 30 days.
Standing from his chair, the newly crowned Most Masculine Man of the Month gave a bow to his fellow coworkers.
I finally did it!
He thought to himself, maintaining a blank expression so no one knew how excited he was. With the announcement made, Joe sat back down, knowing that all eyes were on him. He thought about how sore the other guys at his warehouse must be, knowing that, for the next month, they would drive their giant diesel-guzzling trucks while realizing they were no more than second manliest.
This identity is expensive.
For the rest of the day, Joe lifted heavy boxes and completed all of his tasks with an ego so full you'd think it just went to a Chinese buffet. He held his head high and puffed out his chest. After sneaking away to take a 30-minute dump on company time, he put his sunglasses on the back of his head for style, swaggering like an 80s action star. Look out, world! There's a new man in town. As the workday came to a close, Joe took his newfound confidence home with him. He walked through the front door, dick first, as if he were led by the source of his masculine power.
Whoa, Nelly.
Mary, his girlfriend, was drawn to his animal magnetism like a tractor beam from a sci-fi film.
Something is different about you.
Mary said, dabbing away the precipitation from her chest.
And I really like it.
Joe put his hands on his hips in a power stance. Well, you're looking at the manliest man of the month at Big Boy Warehouse, he announced. Mary looked at her accomplished partner. He had been trying to prove that he's the manliest since the day she met him. Finally, he did it. His toxic masculine behavior throughout the years paid off, and he was given the title of man.
Oh my God, babe. This is huge. We have to celebrate.
Mary exclaimed, jumping up from the couch.
No, we can't,
Joe quickly interrupted.
As much as I am happy about my accomplishment, it's the most manly thing for me to put up a fight and act like you're inconveniencing me with wanting to celebrate my achievement. It's best that I treat your happiness with resistance before eventually giving in and celebrating me anyway.
Mary paused at Joe's rare demonstration of self-awareness, knowing that it would be at least an hour of arguing before she could get him to do the thing he truly wanted to do. But before she began stroking his ego to start the process, she got a great idea. With her hands gripping the bottom of her oversized house shirt, she quickly lifted and exposed her ample bosom. Joe's defenses fell as she leaned in and said the most seductive thing she could think of.
Let's go get tacos. And after, I'll let you do that thing you always asked to do.
Joe's body tensed up, causing him to inadvertently squeeze the dog toy he had bought on his way home. That act was saved for the most sacred of milestones, occasions so sanctified he had only seen one in the span of their entire relationship. He licked his lips, thinking of the pleasure coming his way. Not only did this mysterious sex act sound like a good time, but tacos on a Tuesday are always better than any other weekday. The cheese, the grease, the random table celebrating a birthday nearby, and the excuse to get drunk on a weeknight made Joe realize this had the potential to be the best night of his life.
I'll do anything you want, Mommy,
he said, wishing our story forward in time. The two sat down near the window at Rodeo Mexican Restaurant. Mary scooted herself up against her man, pressing her warm body against him.
Whoa, you're really excited, aren't you?
Joe asked, loving the closeness.
We gotta make room for Bart and Chelsea R.
What?
Joe quietly cut Mary off.
You better not be backing out on that thing tonight. You said.
Relax.
Mary said.
I'm not backing out. I'm well aware of what I'm expected to do later tonight. I just thought I'd share the occasion with our best friends.
Joe began to relax as he dipped his tortilla chip in a ramekin of restaurant-style salsa.
Okay, good. Bart is probably going to be pretty bitter about not getting the most manliest man of the month, though. I mean, he just got that Texas edition truck. He probably thought he was owed that award.
Mary rolled her eyes, thinking of all the times Joe reminded her of how dramatic women are before having her thoughts interrupted by Bart and Chelsea.
Hey guys!
Bart said excitedly.
Thanks for having us here to celebrate the big night. Most manliest man of the month. Joe, I never thought this month would come. I guess wearing sunglasses on the back of your head well into the night really does send a strong message.
I guess it does,
Joe responded, quite aware of Bart's cattiness.
I just took it one day at a time and wore sunglasses in a way that they weren't designed to be worn.
It's certainly not a Texas edition truck, is it?
The dinner went on with the two couples getting their own respective plates of tacos and keeping their waiter very busy with chips and margarita refills.
Mas drinky, por favor.
It was a Taco Tuesday filled with good food, strong drinks, and tension so thick it would need a carne asada steak knife to cut. Joe and Mary overindulged, turning their celebratory nature into increasingly bizarre forms of gloating.
Oops, My boob fell out of my shirt.
Bart and Chelsea, momentarily stopping their drinking, just watched the show.
Oh no! How did your nipple fall all the way into my mouth?
After Joe had already performed mouth-to-boob resuscitation, Chelsea had her phone at the ready, unsure of what the manliest man of the month and his girlfriend might do next. It seemed that Joe and Mary had reached the peak of their bizarre antics in the booth of the Rodeo Mexican Restaurant, until Joe remembered the special favor coming his way.
You think that was hot?
Joe drunkenly announced to his friends.
You should hear about what risque thing Mary's gonna congratulate me with later.
All eyes turned to Mary, who shrugged her shoulders in embarrassment. She squirmed, worried that the details of this intimate act might change how her friends viewed her. But then she thought about how shit-blasted drunk she was from housing margaritas all night.
Hear about it? Why don't we show them?
She said, ready to give her boyfriend his present early and in front of everyone.
Babe, we would need a funnel,
Joe said, ever the realist when it comes to logistics.
Let's just ask him.
Mary yelled, flagging down the waiter they had been abusing all evening.
How may I help you, ma'am?
The waiter asked. Mary confidently asked,
Do you have any funnels in the kitchen or anything like that?
The waiter looked at the inebriated couple and considered how much he hated his job. Day in and day out, he dealt with bad tips and complaints about salsa being too spicy. He had missed his nephew's birthday for mandatory Cinco de Mayo. He could get a different job tomorrow if he wanted. Losing this one may be worth the story he could tell later.
Absolutely,
the man responded.
Let me see if I can find a funnel for your drunk ass.
The waiter disappeared into the kitchen area as Bart looked over at Chelsea, unsure of what they were about to witness. She pulled out her phone and hit record, framing her best friends from across the booth. Soon after hitting the red circle on her phone, the waiter returned and handed a dark blue funnel to Joe. Joe stood up, turning his hat backwards and giving his best 90s Budweiser bro laugh. Mary got on all fours in the booth, pulling down her pants to expose her butt cheeks and light red thong. Joe laughed again, lining himself up behind Mary and looking over at his friends. With one hand gripping the top of the funnel, he stuck the end in his mouth, then pulled it out and lined it up as if to insert in Mary's rectum. Chelsea continued to record, her body giving every signal to take flight.
I'm just kidding,
Joe said, laughing at his humorous misdirection. With his crowd recoiling in fear, he placed the funnel at the shallowest part of Mary's butt crack and lifted his margarita high. Finally, he was going to relive his fantasy of being like the hip-hop artist in the music videos. He was going to drink a margarita poured right down his partner's booty cleavage, and the funnel was going to make the job a lot easier within the constraints of the venue. Joe got into position, attempting to balance himself, the funnel, the margarita, and his head. Each time he lunged forward, he lost all coordination, looking more like a baby trying to dance. It couldn't be done. Mexican restaurant booths were not made with the ergonomics of drinking from an ass in mind. The funnel was a novel idea, but Joe knew it was now or never. His funnel technique would need to be perfected on his own time. Right now, he had his girl's butt in the air, his friends recording him, and other patrons watching from across the room.
It's not polite to stare, Henry.
Going against everything his parents and teachers taught him, Joe discarded the funnel and raw-dogged that booty booze. Lime juice, tequila, salt, and ice ran down Mary's cavern of curiosities, where Joe's mouth waited, attempting to seek nourishment. Joe drank it up, no crumbs. Drunk on Jose and poo particles, he called out for assistance from the waiter.
Excuse me, sir. We seem to have had a spill,
he said, lifting his finger to his lips and making the face of a bad boy. The waiter brought Joe a towel, while Mary went to the restroom to clean herself off.
How did that lime get in there?
Everything got cleaned up. Joe paid for the dinner and tipped with his new man money. And Mary left the restaurant feeling a little less vanilla than she once believed herself to be. Time went on. Joe's manliest man of the month title changed with the turning of the next calendar page. He was back to trying everything he could to be a man once again, while Mary was looking at herself with a bit more confidence.
Ooh.
Everything seemed as it was before the celebration, until a call from Mary's mother changed everything.
I heard a rumor about you,
she said with sadness in her voice, before going into full detail of what she had heard. With no specifics spared, she explained everything that had gone on as if she were actually there. But the part at the end totally caught Mary by surprise.
I saw the video, honey. They're calling you buttchuggers.
Mary's ass went colder than the night she had a margarita in it. Abruptly ending the call, she jumped in her car and went to Chelsea's work.
I let let my boyfriend drink a margarita from my ass in front of you in a Mexican restaurant in confidence?
She yelled, stomping her way up to her friend.
I thought we had a nice time. I was at your wedding.
She continued to yell. Listen, the whole night made me really uncomfortable. Chelsea spoke for the first time in the story. You all were so drunk. I didn't pour the margarita up your butthole.
It wasn't up my butt.
Mary interrupted.
It was down my crack.
Chelsea sighed. Either way, you did it in public. I'm sorry my sharing it made you upset, but you seem pretty proud of it at the moment. It's been shared so much, I can't stop it now. Mary continued to yell at her friend, before making a threat that was more self-inflicting than she had originally intended.
Well, I'm gonna call the police and make them make you take it down.
In April 2024, Georgia couple, Joe Boyett and Mary Sweat, were filmed by friends as Joe drank a margarita poured down Mary's butt crack at Rodeo Mexican Restaurant in Waycross, Georgia. According to TMZ, the couple's antics began with Mary exposing her breasts, prompting Joe to put her left nipple in his mouth as she pulled him closer. Things escalated when they decided to attempt the margarita maneuver. Videos show a rodeo restaurant employee bringing Joe a funnel as Mary got down on all fours in the booth. Joe pretended to use the funnel before discarding it and going ass to mouth in front of his friends. The couple miraculously left the restaurant without any incident, but the video taken had viral aspirations. For the following 12 weeks, the original cell phone recording spread like wildfire among anyone who loves Mexican restaurants, margaritas, and butt crack content. Embarrassed and frustrated with the viral attention, Mary went to the police to complain, hoping to get the video removed. However, once police investigations uncovered the fanny feasting video, arrest warrants were issued. Within 2 days of the warrants being placed, both Joe Boyett and Mary Sweat turned themselves in. They were each charged with a single misdemeanor of public indecency. As this is a new arrest, no punishments have been officially made. According to LopezLaw.com, a Class B misdemeanor in Georgia can earn you a maximum of 6 months in prison and a fine of $500, while a Class A misdemeanor can result in up to 1 year in prison and a fine of $1,000. In case you're wondering, no, I have no idea if Joe and Mary were celebrating anything specific. For all I know, Joe and Mary might be the most adventurous couple around, with every night filled with funnels, cell phone videos, and butt stuff. If I were doing something like this, it would have to be for a special occasion. Assuming this was a celebration, I can't imagine what accomplishment would warrant this level of observance. Honestly, making a rap video is the only milestone worthy of drinking from an ass, but maybe I'm just vanilla. With the rap video rule firmly in place, I'm throwing a flag and calling an excessive celebration penalty on this Georgia couple. Whether this was for a fictitious award or just a simple Taco Tuesday, nothing deserves a public display of these proportions. I'm not saying the act itself is bad or worthy of shaming. I just want the celebration to match the accomplishment. If you wake up having all your prayers answered, win the lottery, and lose 20 pounds, by all means, get your partner's consent and pour a mudslide down her fudge maker, shotgun a Coors Light off her meat seat, or take a simple shot of rum from her bum. As Trey Songz aptly puts it, bottoms up.
Oh, I love that song, Bottoms Up.
I thought you would.
I know the whole Nicki Minaj rap part to that.
Well, maybe one day we'll have to have you do it for the people.
One day. I'm actually offended because I am into Mexican restaurants, margaritas, and butt crack content, and I have not heard about this viral crime.
I think it literally just went viral about a week and a half ago from the day we're recording this.
Oh my God. Okay. I mean, that was before my trip, so I really don't have an excuse.
Yeah, it was before your trip. I was so scared that you were going to quickly just say the name and say, I'm calling it first, because I gave you a grace period.
Oh, okay. You're like, okay, I'll give you 2 days time.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't dibs it, it's mine.
Yeah, if I got it right, I'm writing this butt crack story.
Damn. I really kind of want to watch the video, even though I have to say that's very inappropriate to do in a Mexican restaurant. I will agree on that. But on the other token, if one of my friends, in quotes, takes a video of me and I'm hammered doing something idiotic and then posts it online without me wanting it on there,
Mm-hmm.
That's not a real friend either.
No, that's not a very good friend. I don't know how good of friends they are. That's kind of why I wrote that they were sort of iffy with each other.
Yeah.
But she totally spread it. And that wasn't making that up about him putting the funnel in his mouth and pretending as if to insert it.
Yeah.
He does that in the video. He lines up behind her and puts the funnel in his mouth and goes like, and then whoop, like lines it up.
Oh, God.
He looks over at the camera like, bah!
Does he do the bad boy thing?
No,
like
he
you
doesn't,
said?
he doesn't do the bad boy thing.
Where he puts his finger to his mouth. That was so funny when you said that.
It just made me think of Chris Farley, and I just wanted to put it in there.
I was hoping that detail was true.
Yeah, but a lot of the details are true. She really did whip out her boobs.
Yeah.
They did the nip thing.
Holy.
And I know sometimes we write these silly body stuff in our stories. I say, oh, she got so hot and bothered, she just flooped a boob out for a moment.
Yeah.
But in this situation, when you see how that she acted when she got drunk, I could see her drawing him out to dinner by giving him a quick flash.
Yeah.
Sounds very making sense to me.
It's all very inappropriate, and everyone made mistakes here, okay? But the betrayal, and can I just say, the Patreon, I assume, member is who you gave that friend role to, right?
Oh, yes, Chelsea. Thank you for being a patron.
Chelsea R, was it?
I believe so, yes.
Even though you did have the role of being the uncomfortable friend that later snitched, we appreciate you, Chelsea, for being a felony level Patreon member. Thank you so much. If you guys want to be in our story too, you can, just like Chelsea.
Yeah, and you played a very integral part of the story, because if
Yeah.
you watch the video, in a sense, you're watching it from your perspective.
Oh, that's deep shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully not too deep in that shit, if you know what I mean.
Ice cold.
When you said her ass turned colder than the night of the margarita.
The night she had a margarita in it.
Oh my God, I died. And honestly, I would be really embarrassed if my grandmother saw a video of me doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Very embarrassed. I'm not saying that they were in the right, because they were doing this all in public. I mean, if it wasn't Chelsea R recording it, it was probably anyone else there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like that a friend put it on there.
Yeah, that does suck. That's a very petty move.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you have to accomplish to drink a butt margarita?
Oh my God. To drink it off Jordan's butt or like a cute girl butt? These are two different types of butt chugging, you know?
Let's go cute girl butt.
Ooh, cute girl butt. I wouldn't have to do much.
Okay.
Really.
I'll do it for that sticker on the table right there.
Honest to God, it wouldn't take that much for me to do.
Okay, well, how about this way? Let's put you in the girl's position.
Okay.
What would it take for you to be the margarita butt?
Ooh, okay. If Jordan came home and he was like, hey, baby, I just paid off all our debt, I'd be like, get me a funnel.
What a real response. I like that.
What about you?
Oh my God, I don't know. You get us on number 1 on the Apple charts.
Okay. If we are number 1 on the Apple charts, I'm setting it up, and I'm going to be that friend, Chelsea R. I'm going to be the friend that posted to our podcast social media if Trevin and Emily do indeed do that, okay?
So viral.
Wow, that was a good one. I'm a little offended it didn't pop up on my feed because sounds like something I would enjoy.
Mm-hmm. If it was anything related to salsa, I think you would have known.
Yeah.
I think you would have like felt it in the air.
But then again, you did the ball sack salsa story, and I hadn't heard of that one.
That's a good point.
So, I also have a story from the news. And right now, I currently have, it's a decent handful. I think both you and I do. We kind of keep story ideas that we see in the news, like a storage unit full of them, right? Where we have all these ideas in there.
I probably have 200 tabs open up on my Google Chrome on my phone, and I'm just like, boy, you're playing a dangerous game.
That is so dangerous.
Yeah.
I just kind of will copy the main little bit of it and put it in a note folder is what I do. Because, the tabs can be very scary.
Yes.
So I have a handful of these, and I was going to go through them until one night I woke up. I was kind of in and out of sleep. I was about to fall asleep, and I shot right up in my bed, and I was like, what if there was a crime out there where this and this happened? I immediately looked it up, found this one. Also, I've been telling you, Trevin, how I wanted to do a story from the past.
Yes.
And this one does technically begin in the 1950s, but most of it happens in the 90s. So I'm going to say this is a win-win. This is the story that had it all for me in this moment. So anyway, without any other buildup, here we go. Every individual possesses varying characteristics which make them unique. Maybe it's their rare ability to remember every single food item they had and on what day.
I still remember the tender roast you made on March 12th of 2002.
Or maybe they have a distinct cackle that serves as a GPS if you lose them in a crowd.
Well, there's Amanda.
But there is one way a person can lose all individuality from the moment they are conceived. And that is by being a twin. For fraternal twins, independence can be stolen over years of being made to wear matching clothing to events. Identical twins are constantly called the wrong name by their loved ones.
I love you, Pam. I mean Ann. Or is it Pam? Fuck.
And conjoined twins only get half a say about what goes into their body.
No more spicy sausages and meatballs, sis. And I'm not talking about food.
Although all twins share a connection of some sort, not all of them are similar in the eyes of the law. Today, I'm here to share a mostly true tale of how twinning turned to sinning. Ray Dean Nugent and Jay Jean Nugent were twins, born on July 13th of 1956. Jay was slightly bigger than Ray, shoving himself past his smaller twin to exit the birth canal first. They were fraternal twins, meaning they had slight differences in appearance. While Ray had green eyes, Jay had brown. Ray's hair was straight as an arrow, just like his rule-following personality. Jay's hair, on the other hand, was wavy and wild, just like his rebel persona. Regardless of their differences, their full names and wardrobes were nearly identical of each other. The twins used this similarity to switch identities as needed while growing up. As adolescents, Ray would take math tests that Jay was afraid to fail. And Jay went to second base with Ray's girlfriend for him when he was too scared to make a move.
Ray, you animal!
Yet, the older the brothers got, the more they drifted apart. Ray wanted a normal, stable, and boring life, while it was clear that Jay desired an eccentric, transient, and bold existence. In 1988, Ray was in his early 30s and living well in the sunny state of California as a contractor. It had been a few years since he had last seen or spoken to his twin brother, Jay. Some of his closest friends would joke that his evil twin brother was all a ploy to get him out of trouble. This theory always caused the room to erupt in laughter, as Ray was nothing more than a delightful, rule-abiding citizen. It was after one of these calm hangouts with his friends that Ray got into his vehicle and drove himself home. He had made sure not to drink at the party, keeping his eyes steady and focused on the road, and his hands at 10 and 2. He cruised at an appropriate speed, yielded to oncoming traffic, and even gave others the right of way. Suddenly, an adorable squirrel darted out in front of Ray, causing him to swerve into a ditch. Luckily, Ray, his car, and the squirrel were all safe. Yet, a police officer pulled up behind him with their lights on. I see you had an accident, and I came by to make sure things were all right. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
I swerved for a squirrel, officer. I haven't had a drop of liquor, and I can assure you that I mean no harm on the road.
Were you aware that one of your headlights is now out?
Good heavens, no. I'll get that fixed right away.
Before that, license and registration, please. Ray eagerly handed over his documentation, sure that he would be back on the road in no time. Only the encounter started taking much longer than he expected. Each long moment of waiting in the driver's seat caused Ray to grow more worried about getting a ticket. His fears only intensified when another police cruiser parked behind the first cop.
We got a code 69.
After what seemed like a lifetime, the two officers came back to his vehicle. The first officer spoke again, with the second one standing behind her as backup.
Sir, you have an outstanding warrant for a bank robbery and shootout. We are going to need you to put your hands behind your back and come with us.
What? This has got to be some sort of a mistake.
For 5 hours at the station, Ray pleaded his innocence to the officers.
I promise I'm a good man. I follow all the rules. Have you checked into my evil twin brother? Maybe he has something to do with this.
But the cops just continued to gather round and laugh in Ray's face.
This ain't a soap opera, buddy.
After hours of ridicule, one of the head detectives finally stepped in. His face looked stoic, with burrowed brows and a frowny mouthy.
Mr. Nugent, it appears there has been a mix-up with your arrest. You see, when you told the officers that you had an evil twin brother, it sounded too ridiculous to be true. However, we have indeed found proof of your twin existing. What was your mother thinking naming you both Ray Dean and Jay Jean?
I can't answer that question, but what I can say is I'm ready to get out of here.
Here's the contact information to a member of the FBI if you are to run into this issue in the future. Good luck out there, son. Must be rough having an evil twin.
5 years had gone by, with Ray having only minor inconveniences with law since his first false arrest. Sure, he also experienced scorn unknown women glaring and spitting at him on the streets. But he tried not to take offense to it. He knew it must be his twin Jay they were really mad at. Besides, he had a pretty great life of his own, regardless of what his twin may be up to. The year was now 1993, and Ray decided to drive down to Malibu for a beach day. He parked his vehicle under a shady tree and quickly walked toward the ocean. He had made it halfway there when he realized he forgot his sunglasses in his car. Ray turned back and was alarmed to see a policeman parked next to his vehicle.
Sir, is this your vehicle parked right here under this shady tree?
Why, yes, it is. I thought I had snagged quite the spot for a beach day.
You know what else sits underneath this shady tree? A no parking sign. License and registration.
Okay, but I have to warn you about my evil twin first. Look, I have an FBI contact card for you to call with questions.
Ray reluctantly handed over his ID as the officer laughed off his warning and returned to the cruiser. Not 5 minutes later, 2 other police cruisers pulled up behind the first officer, with their blue and red lights flashing. They stepped out, armed and aiming at Ray, and shouted out demands.
Sir, step out of the vehicle and put your hands up.
Oh my God, not again.
For years, Ray Dean Nugent had been mistaken multiple times for his twin, Jane G. Nugent's crimes by police officers. Even though the twins had slight differences in appearances as they grew older, such as height, eye color, and hair, it still became an issue. While Ray's record was clean, Jay had a warrant out for his arrest for a 1985 armed robbery. The robbery took place at the St. Laundry Bank and Trust Company in small town Opelousas, Louisiana. Jay was accused of stealing $7,000 from the bank before engaging local officers in a gun shootout and then fleeing into the woods. So 3 years later, in 1988, when South Pasadena police pulled over Ray after a minor traffic accident, his twin brother's arrest warrant was incorrectly linked to him. Police held Ray for 5 hours before detectives discovered their mistake. They then released Ray with an apology and gave him an FBI contact number should he encounter a similar problem. Yet 5 years later, in 1933, a similar arrest happened after receiving a parking ticket in Malibu, California. Only this time, Ray was held for much longer. Despite receiving many calls from family in Arkansas, an Arkansas congressman, and an FBI agent assisted by Ray in the investigation of his brother, he was still jailed without bail on an FBI fugitive warrant from June 9th to June 22nd, 1993, a total of 13 days. Officials say that the length of time held was particularly due to a mix-up in fingerprints provided by the FBI, and that it took 9 days before Opelousas, Louisiana police acknowledged that his prints didn't match the suspect. It then took 4 more days before he was released.
Shortly after, Ray filed federal and superior court lawsuits against the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department for what he says was false imprisonment and malicious disregard of evidence showing that he was not Jay. He was seeking $13 million in damages, $1 million for every day he was kept in jail cells with dangerous gangsters. In the end, the Board of Supervisors agreed to pay Ray a settlement of $150,000 for wrongly putting him in jail for 13 days. Ray was quoted saying,
"I love my twin brother, you know. I've never been angry with him, but I am angry about the way the police treated me. It ain't no fun on the streets when a policeman pulls a gun on you. I've always understood it, but I'm tired of understanding it."
Authorities at the time believed Jay was somewhere out in the Canadian wilderness. The connection between twins is a mysterious and powerful thing. Used for good, it can create iconic movies or a lasting friendship for life. But used for evil, and it can consume the wrong person's entire identity. For all you twins out there, beware. Having an uncontrollable clone running around is sure to come with double the trouble.
I can see how the idea of it like sprung you to make this search. That is a fun idea that we've never done anything like that before.
Yes.
It kind of makes me think of that Ripley's fact you did that one time about the guy who didn't know he had a twin. And
yes. I am very fascinated by twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did that fact where they had actually vacationed to the same spot all their lives and never ran into each other, which was crazy. This one, yeah, I specifically wanted to know if there had ever been a time where a twin was blamed for another twin's crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that has happened. I found a few of them. A lot of them were obviously more morbid crimes that we don't talk about.
yeah.
But this one grabbed me because it was an older one like I wanted. It had the twin thing that I was going for. And yes, there was a shootout involved, but no one was like killed or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was a robbery and a shootout. And then he was pulled over for the most ridiculous like parking tickets and shit. And I just thought it was perfect.
It makes his brother the petty criminal, but at the same time, his treatment is also kind of the petty acts in it as well.
Yes.
I wasn't sure we were going to have like, another thing.
Like a surprise or a twist.
Yeah, a second thing, yeah.
I was kind of trying at the beginning to make you think that maybe I was trying to get back at you for fight clubbing me not long ago. So I was trying to tease it like, oh yeah, a lot of his friends thought his evil twin was made up. Like I was trying to throw little things in there. But the main thing was that his brother was a petty criminal. He technically kind of was a petty criminal too, because he kept getting pulled over by police for different things.
Parking in bad spots.
And then he also said that they were being petty criminals for keeping him for the 13 days, and he ended up getting money. So there was like a lot of different attacks.
I totally get trying to sue for $1 million a day. If I had to lose that many days of my precious time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Like I can't imagine if that happened to me. I would just have to go back to work Monday. You know what I mean? Nobody would be like, oh, well, those bills don't have to be due, or, oh, this doesn't happen. Like, this dude still missed out on a lot of stuff. And
I know.
$150,000, it's a good amount of money, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't reset your life,
I know. And this was not the first time. Now, these were the only 2 times that I had documentation of.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the articles that I found, it did say that this had happened many other times. That's why when I was kind of going through time, I was like, he had a few interactions, but nothing horrible. And then I just talked about those. But apparently this was like a very common thing in this guy's life. He had an FBI contact. He had the senator of Arkansas vouching for him.
Mm-hmm.
There were all these people and still nobody listened. It's bizarre.
One of the most frustrating things in the world is when you can communicate something and nobody seems to hear what you're saying or like process what you're saying. Like I'm a person who over communicates because I try not to have a lot of drama or issues because I feel like communication solves that.
Yes.
And for him to say like, oh, I have an evil twin, or hey, I have this FBI card, like a legit ass FBI card. At least just call this FBI card before you put me in cuffs.
I know.
For that to still fail, that has got to feel so helpless and awful.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how frustrating that situation must be.
The dialogue that I wrote, I did kind of on purposely make it sound a little more, far-fetched. Like, I doubt he was like, I have an evil twin brother,
Right. But
like,
having the FBI card.
But still, he had something, and I get that can seem maybe made up too for someone who's desperate, but all they had to do was call the damn number and take it seriously a little.
Even if that guy wasn't in the office or went to like somebody who was there, I'm sure they could be like, oh yeah, this dude's got a weird tie-in with this guy. Easy.
Yeah. So I'm glad he did get paid, but it was definitely not the payout he was asking for.
No, I was hoping he would at least just get the 1 milli.
No, not even 1 milli.
Damn.
A milli. No, none of that. Gosh dang, Trevin, do we have a connection?
So this is the only thing I had. I was kind of just following all of the different backstory of yours, so I was kind of missing some, but I do have one connection for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
My manly men were so manly because they wore their sunglasses on the back of their head in the way it wasn't designed to be made to be cool. In one year's instances, Ray had to go back because he forgot his sunglasses in his car.
Oh my God. See, I had even forgotten about that part of my story. I'm like, when did I talk about sunglasses? Yeah, I needed a way to get him back there quickly for storytelling purposes.
I mean, technically, my guys didn't have sunglasses either, so
yeah,
we felt it was a good plot device.
Made up sunglasses got us to the plot for you all. So stay shady out there, friends.
And it's a summer episode still, so maybe we just had summer and sunglasses on the brain.
Honestly, the summer is coming to an end on this very month at some point. So yeah, I get it. Well, I hope everyone out there is having the best week. And just remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we're all doomed.
Doomed to drink a margarita from a tish.
Bye.
See ya.
If you hate ads about movies in the movie theater, then come on over to Patreon. We are ad-free. Come on over and join the fun.
And have you had a good time down in Beaver Lake? Why don't you share photos with us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or Threads? Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And if any of you out there are a twin and have been charged for their petty crimes, send us your petty crime story to livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And rate our show the same way the couple from my story would rate their experience at Rodeo Mexican Restaurant. 5 stars. They still brought him a funnel. Rate our show wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods.
Likely as an homage to new California law legalizing recreational.
Let's keep this recreationable.
Oh my God. Okay. Likely as an homage to new California law legalizing recreational. No, I did not just say recreational again.
Yep.
Recreational.